Right now, we're talking some women's college basketball, and with me right now I have Brea Edwards. She just announced recently that she's going to Middle Tennessee State University, where she's going to be a Blue Raider. Congratulations, Brea, on the new location.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You know, when you look at Middle Tennessee State, their coach, Rick Insell, he's kind of a legend down in Tennessee. I see he coached at Shelbyville, which is a big high school basketball program. He's done quite well there. He's kind of a secret down there, isn't he, in NCAA D1 basketball?
Yeah, a little bit he kind of is, but, I mean, a lot of people know his name, and he's really well known down there. You know, he gets a lot of recognition for everything that he's done with the programs that he's been at.
He's developed a lot of good players. I know he's had several WNBA draft choices, a couple All-Americans, and a young lady who just was graduating. Ebony Rowe was like Conference USA Athlete of the Year, so he has some really good athletes, so that's what you're looking for, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, almost every year he has an All-American or he has a girl that gets drafted, whether it's the WNBA or overseas. So, I mean, he gets great girls in there, and then, you know, he works with them to get them to the next level.
Tell us why you picked Middle Tennessee State, other than they have a great program.
You know, with all the other schools I took visits on that were interested, just, you know, talking to them, things just clicked right away. When I went on my visit, everything was right. You know, from getting off the plane till I left, everything was, you know, I didn't have not one bad thing to say about my visit. And I actually verbaled while I was on my visit. And just, I mean, I loved it down there. The girls were great. I got a nice workout in, and I love the coaches. I love their philosophy of the game, and they actually remind me a lot of Mr. Weibel, my old high school coach. So, and, you know, that helped a lot. So, everything was just right about that visit, and the coaches and the program itself.
You know, he has like a 228-67 record down there, so it's a winning program. I know that's a big thing for you to consider when you made that move.
Oh, it is, and, you know, they get a lot of fans that come and support them at their games, and that's a big thing for me. From coming to my junior college in Arizona, you know, that was a huge thing for me down there, is the support we had of the fans, and that's what I was looking for in a program again. And, you know, I don't want to go, you know, I only have the luxury of 2 years, you know, to try to, you know, help a program out, and, you know, and I mean, they're winning, and, you know, they're making things happen with their program, so, you know, it was just a good fit for me.
You know, you talk about that attendance. They were number 19 in Division I for attendance, so they were in the top 25, so that's a good selling point for them.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, that's how I said that's a big thing that I look for in programs, too. You know, I don't want to play in front of an empty crowd either. You know, that's what gets players going.
Yeah, and I think they averaged over 4,000, so that'll keep you company while you're playing.
Definitely.
They also just changed conferences a year or two ago. They're in Conference USA, and I was looking at the schedule. Your coach likes to bring in some of the big guys, the big kids, and they also have a Conference USA looks like it's going to be pretty solid for the next couple of years.
Yeah, you know, he's very good on, you know, scheduling, you know, tough games against the Dukes, the Arizona States, and teams like that, you know, because, I mean, that's what I'm saying. His philosophy is, you know, we're not going to beat, you know, good teams in the tournament if we're just playing average teams. You know, you got to play the best of the best to be the best.
And they've also go ahead.
I'm just going to say, and I strongly agree with him on that. I like the way he sets up our schedule and everything.
And they also made it to the tournament. They're pretty consistent about getting to the D1 tournament.
Yeah, and that's another thing that I looked at when I was back on my recruiting process and everything is, you know, I looked at, okay, what teams either were one game short of making it to the tournament or lost in the first round. Because, you know, I'm thinking, well, they're missing something, you know, I could potentially be that player that comes in and makes that difference to where we can get farther in the tournament. So that was a big thing that I looked at, and, you know, everything that I was looking for just fell onto their program.
You know, you had to take a year off with the situation at Florida State, and it gave you some time probably to think. You got to work at Rock Valley College. When you look back now, I know it wasn't exciting when it first happened, but did it turn out to be a good thing for you, Brea?
You know, it was definitely the hardest thing I think that I've ever had to go through in my life. Basketball is my life, and, you know, sitting out a year was it was a struggle, you know, and watching other girls play a game that I love was a struggle, but, you know, I think it made me sit down and realize what type of program do I really want, what type of program do I really want to come in and make a change for. And, you know, Florida State, you know, it could have been a good fit for me, but maybe it wasn't the right fit for me. You know, maybe this is why this happened, and, you know, I don't want to just be a player that comes through a program and, oh, she scored, you know, she was a scorer for us and that was it. You know, I want to be a player that comes through a program and makes a difference. And, you know, she's why we made it this far. And, you know, that's always been my goal, so I think I found it now.
And, you know, you had the chance to hang out with a pretty good program during the year. Misty Opad has put together a good junior college program. It's probably nice just to hang around her a little bit, too.
Yeah, you know, she had some good advice, you know, to give me and everything. You know, and I kept in very good touch with my junior college coach as well. You know, I look up to her so much, so it was nice to have some people in my corner that I could, you know, kind of rely on and talk to as far as my recruiting process.
Okay, now that you've settled on Middle Tennessee State, what do they expect from you? What are they going to kind of role are they going to put you into, Bree?
I mean, I know I'm going to be playing definitely more like the guard area this year, but I mean, I think, you know, just what every program wants, you know, most schools want me to come in and do is they want me to be a leader and score, you know, and pretty much do what Brea does and play basketball.
You know, I checked their schedule out. There's not too many northern girls on that team. You're going to have to learn how to talk with a southern accent, I think, aren't you?
I guess so.
You know, it really looks like a nice school. It's just one of those things when I went through it and everything, I thought, well, that's a perfect place for anybody to be. What is some of the advice you might give to some young ladies that are going through the recruiting process now and maybe had to make a decision and they had to wait a year or something? Is there some advice you give to somebody coming out of high school now?
Yes, I would definitely say, you know, make sure that you're making the right decision for yourself and, you know, make sure you're not doing it for anyone else. Make sure you're doing it for yourself. And, you know, as long as you work hard and you strive for your goals, I mean, anything is possible. So, I mean, that's just my biggest thing is just make sure you're doing what you love for yourself.
When
make sure that you find the program that fits you and the program that you want to go to. You know, I've learned that it doesn't matter how big the name is anymore. You know, that's kind of what I went through with Florida State. I was, you know, it's Florida State Seminoles. But it's not about how big the name is or the school is anymore. There's so many programs that are coming up now, and, you know, any program is just as good as the other, you know. So. Great.
When do you have to report down to Middle Tennessee State? When do you have to be down at school?
I have to be there in, like, the middle of August. School starts the August 25th, but I'll have to be down there probably a week before. So you're working out around town then, Bree? Yeah. Yep. There's some pretty good competition around here to keep you going a little bit too, huh? Yeah, well, I mainly just work out with my trainers and some of my old high school guy friends like Keenan Franklin and them. You know, they're out once in a while, but pretty much with my trainers, or else I'm just getting up shots at the gym. That's a good bunch to hang out with. Hey, first of all, congratulations, Bree. What a great thing. We'll be Blue Raider fans this year. We'll be watching that scoreboard a lot this season, and thanks for taking time out to talk with us. No problem. Thank you. I appreciate it. We've been talking to Bree Edwards. She's going to Middle Tennessee State University. She's going to be a Blue Raider. For the StatelineSportsHub.com, I'm Dave Schmidt.